I was trying to put the pieces together. I just showered. Don't mind me. And I came across this video. This is from a creator called The Console Killer. And this is Gun.Smoke Arcade Full Legit Tutorial Playthrough with Commentary, parentheses, detailed methods. And I just want you to hear what this guy had to say about this game.
Welcome to my tutorial for Gun.Smoke for the arcade. And yeah, for this one I actually made some notes so I can try to remember to cover everything. But yeah, this game took 20 plus hours to complete, and it's only a 30-minute game. It's possibly the hardest 2D game I've ever completed. Extremely unpredictable, even when you know most of the spawns, because they can change for no clear reason. And to put it in perspective, take an extreme game like God Hand on hard mode for the PlayStation 2, which I have a tutorial up on that mode, and it's a 4.5 hour long game without deaths, and it took around 35 hours for me to beat. And if Gun.Smoke was that length, it would take something like 280 hours to complete. So the the successful footage that I show in the tutorial really doesn't do the difficulty of this game justice. It's really an extreme fucking game, and this is a tutorial, but it's just commentary over my playthrough that I did, and I'm just trying to break everything down. So it's not going to be something that that can guide somebody through the game step by step. It's pretty much, it would be impossible for me to actually try to do that with with voice. I mean, I don't even know the game that well because the game changes so much, and you really have to be able to react. So there's certain crowd control and certain techniques that are going to get you through the game. And even for like expert players who have a lot of experience with games, you're going to have a hell of a fucking time trying to beat this game. I mean, pretty much the developers fucking hate you and they want your money. So this is going to be the kind of game that, even at a very high level of play, like for example, I've beaten around 1,500 console and console style games. And I don't say that to boast. I just say that to say that this game, there's parts, like there's a 60-second part that took me about 9+ hours to complete. So, you got to try to understand how fucking difficult this game really is, to get an idea. So if you are a, more of a beginner player or even an intermediate player, unless you want to increase your skill in a very brutal and uncomfortable way, I would recommend not trying to beat this game, because it's going to be a fucking, it's going to be a real fucking test. I mean, you will become a better player. There's no way around it if you force yourself to play through it. But personally, I prefer more gradual steps with getting better at games. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's a brutal fucking game. Another thing to recommend that I pretty much would say is essential is that you use a joystick for this game on MAME and set it to turbo for the 3 fire buttons.
All right. I don't have turbo, as you probably have seen from me mashing my way through this game. I do not have turbo. But what I do have is spirit and heart and a belly full of breakfast and coffee and a renewed lease on life after a nice long rest. We're here at the end. We've got, what was breakfast? Basically it was just a raspberry preserve English muffin and then a scoop of peanut butter. It wasn't on it. I didn't make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich out of it. I just had the English muffin with raspberry preserves and then had the peanut butter afterward. So it was like 2 separate things. Good luck, Starmie. Hell yeah. Okay, here we go. Spoonful of peanut butter was the protein shot. I'm wrestling with the fact that I might have, and I've thought this for a long time. I've talked about this. Like, when I get hungry, I don't just get hungry. When I get hungry, I get lightheaded and tingly, and it's so annoying. And I used to be in New York City out for lunch, and or out walking, and it was like, hey, Minky Moo, I need to eat, like, right now. And I'm just coming to grips with the fact that I probably have, like, some sort of hypoglycemia sensibility in my life. Sensitivity, I guess. Like, my blood glucose or whatever it is. Not glucose, glycogen or whatever. Drops. Probably faster than a normal person. And one of the things that I put together just recently, do I get nausea? Not really. I get really spacey. I get really spaced out. One of the things that I put together just recently is I get really bad night terrors. I've talked about that on the channel. I get like bug dreams and night terrors. Right? We've been over that. That I learned recently, actually, like during this canoe trip afterwards. I was thinking about it because I was eating a lot more regularly on this canoe trip because you had to, because you were rowing and you were out in the wilderness, and so it was like, you know, stay hydrated, stay with a full belly so that you don't, you know, get sick. And one thing I learned is that night terrors and disturbances from sleep, specifically the idea of being woken from a restful sleep with night terrors, could be nocturnal hypoglycemia. And that would make sense. And so what I've been doing is, over the past week and a half, taking a spoonful of peanut butter as I, like, before I go to bed, like a half an hour before I go to bed, like a big tablespoon of peanut butter. Blood sugar dips and you get woken up by your body saying, basically, yeah, while you're asleep, it dips. And so, yo, what's up, Susie? Hey, thank you.
Hey, digging the hair.
Thank you. The hair's sticking around because Minky Moo loves it. Yeah. Look into it. Nocturnal hypoglycemia. It's something I just kind of put the pieces together on recently, and I haven't gotten a diagnosis, so I don't want to be like, this is what it is, guys, and I have the answers. It's not that sort of thing. It's just, I'm trying to, like, get my body as comfortable as I can, and that's one thing that I've recently started doing, and I haven't been woken up out of my sleep aside from Bailey, but that's like external, you know. She pushes stuff over in the middle of the night. But anyway, I've been like having spoonfuls of peanut butter more often as like a way to do a protein shot. So it's a part-time idea. Dice sent me a picture like 2 days ago about some Instagram reel or some shit, and it showed a guy, and the caption was like, "Deviled eggs in gaming, name a better combo." And it was a guy just sitting playing the Battlefield beta with like a fucking massive plate full of deviled eggs. Oh shit. And I was thinking about it, and it's like, you found my alt finally. The account was like deviled eggs something or other. I realized like I need to keep something on hand nearby, and so I'm like trying to crunch the numbers and find a good, reliable food that I can just like have and eat quietly, because I don't like to eat on stream. It makes me very uncomfortable. Just kind of the, like, I don't know, it's like, it's a very primal, like, you know, like when a animal hunts for food, it pulls it back into the cave and eats in private. There's something about eating with a camera on your face that, like, I can't reckon with. Like, it does not compute in my brain. It makes me very uneasy. And I'm trying to think of something. Right, hard-boiled eggs is a good one too. I'm trying to think of something that is light and reasonable. Like, I don't need a meal. I just need something that's like low on the glycemic index or whatever, right? Something that slowly keeps you floated up but doesn't spike so that you don't crash later. That's really what I'm trying to manage. Okay, I need to slow down my brain in that moment. Let me tell you what the consideration is from that video of the guy that's like, I've beaten 1,500 games and this game's a fucking nightmare and the developers hate you. Take out the guy on the right bridge. Use that opening on the right-hand side to kind of peek up to the guy in the middle, fire some shots to the left, and then duck back into that corner and kind of just play that balance game of using that relative safe spot God damn it. Using that relative safe spot to kind of act as a home base of sorts, which is, I think, what Game Before was poking at last stream. And What Game Before, I saw you're at work. Hello, hello, hello. Oh my god. You'd think Stage 9 is more evil because of 0 upgrades. Yeah, but the layout of the level kind of accounts for it a little bit, right? You have a little bit of... It was. I mean, it was horrible. Make no mistake, the whole game is a nightmare. Okay. Now, what I want to do... No. This was also the era. Yeah, we've been talking about that a lot. I've been saying I'm trying to hold off. I'm trying to, like, stand down to anybody who's making, like, sweeping this game sucks claim out of this, right? Because that's not really what you weren't playing a game to beat it. You were playing this at the bar. You know, your local sports bar had the arcade machine, and you were playing a couple rounds in between drinks while your buddy's taking a piss. You know, like, it wasn't the sort of thing that you, like, I'm gonna lock in and beat this right now. Right, exactly. And you play a couple levels, and you go, man, this is fucking hard, but it's awesome. Look, I got a horse, man. And that's it. And then you just move on. And so for 1985, right, if you look up the year 1985 in gaming at, like, some of the other shit that was coming out around this time, this is so cinematic. It's so just exciting visually, audio-visually. I really admire it. Sure, yeah, I would stick probably in arcades, just because, you know, home console stuff. We're gonna look at Gun.Smoke NES, which came out 3 years after. It's a game that I'm actually really excited to check out because a lot of people have, like, incredibly fond memories of Gun.Smoke NES. Yes. Mario Bros, not Super Mario Bros. Got it. Yes. I completely agree. I'm with you. Absolutely. The scale is crazy. Just this, like, the fact that every level has a different, like, genuine full layout where I've said this many times, but, like, you have a ghost town, you have a bridge level, you have a train level, you have, all of this stuff. It's super saturated, it's super bright. I mean, the game's insane. Make no mistake. It's insanely cool. It's insane as a psycho evil piece of video game history as something to beat. It's just a nightmare. But again, I very, very, very deeply admire it, even in spite of and in some ways because of how nightmarish the actual level design and challenge level is. Okay. Okay. Hang on. We're gonna go now. Oh, but the 3 guys ran in from the right. That's it, though. That's it. You run up there, you get your shots, and I think if you're all the way up there, you're relatively safe from his next shot. So you wait 1 shot length, and then you run back to your safe place. Just run back to your fucking safe space. Yeah. 2 seconds out of your comfort zone, you gotta run back to your little safe space. Okay. Oh. One of these tries, all of those stars are gonna align. Because I see it. For the first time since yesterday. I gotta be honest with you, I didn't really ever see it yesterday. I was here, I was playing, but at no point was I like, I'm gonna beat this. It's, I didn't see it. There was one moment when I got the first little pip of damage on the guy. I saw it, and then I very promptly lost it again. But now, I see it, and it's gonna take a while, and we're gonna have to lock in. But I gotta give a shout out to the Mr. FPGA project for holding this save. We're continuing this. It's what you have to do. The rain is gone, literally. Because remember, the guy was like, this shit took me like 20 plus hours and it's a 30-minute game. So, just understand. He said there was one 60-second section in the game that took 9 hours. And he's beaten 1,500 games. His channel is called The Console Killer. That's his whole thing. His whole thing is beating games and teaching you how to do it. And his description, he's like pissed off in the description for the video. He's like, don't pay attention to any of the other long plays you see. They're all splicing runs with save states. You can watch, none of them are authentic. This is an authentic run. And yes, I died a lot, but this is an authentic run. Because it's that hard, guys. It's that hard. But again, I'm connected to it. I don't want to call it like a Stockholm Syndrome. But I feel connected. Damn it. No. All right. So I did add a community art channel into the Discord this morning. So if you are interested in pulling a piece of art together for cat packs to get it featured on a card, I didn't have the long shot. There was no reason to really try that. Feel free to post it there. We're gonna do a 20 roll credit bounty for a piece of art from one of the 6 games. And then also, Nancy, I thought further about it, and it doesn't make sense to split up Let's Catch and Let's Tap. So we're gonna do Let's Tap as part of this, like, pre-season. I'm waiting for the comment. And then we're going to have one additional game slot in Season 1 that I still have yet to decide. But it'll be fun. I mean, the other consideration is... Okay, hang on. No! Okay, but that's alright. That's alright. That's alright. We're gonna get that. Again, we have that little safe space. The little hidey hole. I just gotta get in there and just hang out for a minute. And you wait for your opening. Obviously, there are a lot of enemies. Okay. Oh, okay, so he can still... So you get that shot on him, but he still shoots. So stay up at the top and just wait for him to fire that shot and then back off into the hole. Okay. All right. All right. I feel closer now than I've felt in a while. The small steps. The small steps. What's up, Earth Nuggets? Genuinely, one of the most... we played this video at the top of the stream, and I just want to hear... I want you to hear this guy talking about it. This is from a guy who's called the Console Killer.
For Gun.Smoke for the arcade. And yeah, for this one, I actually made some notes so I can try to remember to cover everything. But yeah, this game took 20 plus hours to complete, and it's only a 30-minute game. It's possibly the hardest 2D game I've ever completed. Extremely unpredictable, even when you know most of the spawns, because they can change for no clear reason. And to put it in perspective, take an extreme game like God Hand on hard mode for the PlayStation 2, which I have a tutorial up on that mode, and it's a 4.5 hour long game without deaths. And it took around 35 hours for me to beat. And if Gun.Smoke was at length, it would take something like 280 hours to complete. So the the successful footage that I show in the tutorial really doesn't do the difficulty of this game justice.
All right, here we go. The video is basically you don't want to play this game. No, here, Earth Nuggets.
It's really an extreme fucking game, and this is a tutorial, but it's
just keep listening to
commentary
it
over my playthrough that I did, and I'm just trying to break everything down. So, it's not going to be something that that can guide somebody through the game step by step. It's pretty much, it would be impossible for me to actually try to do that with with voice. I mean, I don't even know the game now.
Hey, what's up, Teresa? Thank you so much for the raid.
So there's certain crowd control and certain techniques that are going to get you through the game. And even for like expert players who have a lot of experience with games, you're going to have a hell of a fucking time trying to beat this game. I mean, pretty much the developers fucking hate you and they want your money. So this is going to be the kind of game that...
Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. We're playing a very hard arcade game here. I hope you're doing... Hope Words with Stream was fun. Words on Stream. What were you playing?
I don't say that to boast. I just say...
Sorry. Typically, people are rocking some Words on Stream in between games. What were you doing? What was the full context of the stream? What's up? How are you? Welcome in. Thank you so much for kicking everybody over here. Kicking everybody out of your home. All right, here we go. Played some Fall Guys, The Bob's Tea Shop, and watched some old 1970s and 80s British kids TV shows. Oh, that's sick. What show? And then did some Words on Stream. Hell yeah. What show? I don't know if you are British. We recently did a full playthrough of Bully in like March. And I learning about Bully that it was really influenced by this British like teen show, Grange Hill. And so we watched a couple episodes of Grange Hill to like get ourselves in the mood. And you live in Birmingham. Okay, so we watched a couple episodes of Grange Hill because of Bully. Because like Bulworth Academy and Rockstar's Bully was like deeply inspired by Grange Hill and just the idea of growing up in a, school environment like that. It was fun. But welcome in. Thanks so much for kicking it over here. This game's brutal. This game's brutal. We're having a hard time watching we were watching a video, just throwing it on in the background, of a guy who calls himself the Console Killer. And his whole YouTube channel is beating old games on 1 credit or whatever. No continues, all that kind of stuff. And he said, I've played 1,500 games. And that's not to boast. It's just what I've done. And this is the hardest game I've ever played on my channel. Which is like... Come on. Okay. Hang on. No. I thought I was gonna be able to get up there. Hey, no problem. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for kicking it over here. I hope to see you around. Thank you so much. All right. Shit. We literally right now, that's how you move through that level. I'll be honest, we're just waiting for the stars to align, because all of the enemies and how they spawn in are completely random, and so you kind of just have to get lucky with a good enemy spawn pattern so that you can get in there, get those shots in, and not die. And we just gotta make it happen. That's the best feeling strategy. He has 4 pips of health. We can pretty confidently get 1 down, and the rest of it is just putting those pieces together, man. We'll get there. We'll get there. But this game is nasty. Absolutely nasty. I could never, in good conscience, recommend it. Well, that's not true. I could never recommend beating it. Genuinely could never, ever, ever recommend doing what I'm doing right now and brute forcing your way through learning how to beat this game. If you see this game and you're out and about and you're at your local arcade and they have like a corner of the arcade with old cabinets and you see a cabinet, absolutely play this game. It's super fun. But don't commit time to beating this game. Listen, if you want to see the levels, if you want to, take in the different music and see the bosses and all that kind of stuff, put on a trainer, put on, invulnerability, or maybe put on something that makes it so that you always have the horse, or something, and rock it that way. I could maybe recommend it. As is, fuck, man. Ugh. Did I peep the new Freddie Gibbs album? No, I haven't really listened to Freddie Gibbs very much since Pronto. Y'all know that? Y'all know? Bravo. Thug life never die. What is that? What's the name of that? It's called Pronto. I forget. Is it just the Freddie Gibbs EP? It's like him in 3 different colors. Red, blue, and green. No, I haven't listened to Freddie Gibbs. I have been listening to the Yeet album a lot. I think the Yeet album or the EP, I guess, technically. Is it the Pronto EP? I know the song is called Pronto. I adore that song. That song's incredible. That song's is that a decade old now? Both are named? Okay. Highly recommend that if you haven't listened to Pronto. 2015 summer. Yeah, that's the last time I listened to Freddie Gibbs. 20 years old, whipping around in a red Ford Focus hatchback. I liked Pinata. What other albums have I been bumping? Good question. I have been listening to Bruce Springsteen's Born in the USA a lot. I have deemed it Springsteen Summer, in case anybody was trying to hop on the wave. It does have I'm on Fire on it, yeah. It's like the centerpiece. It's like, I don't know how many songs are on it. Maybe there's 10 songs, 11 songs, and it's right in the middle. Dude, Bobby Jean. Bobby Jean is a song. That song rocks. I texted my friend, I said, is it too late in the summer to declare it a Springsteen summer? And he said, if anything, it's the perfect time, because if you do it any later, the movie is gonna come out and you're gonna look like a poser. And I said, you're so right. I have to get in now. I have to call it Springsteen Summer now so that it doesn't look like I saw the movie and went, it's a Springsteen Summer. I just saw the movie. I know all about the boss. My favorite albums of the year. I'll give you my favorite albums of the year. I love the FKA Twigs album. Love. Eusexua is probably the album that I returned to the most this year, without a doubt. I think it's got to be my favorite of the year. I'm a big Bon Iver fan, so the Bon Iver album is up there, but the thing about Bon Iver is just his music is just so always around in my life. It just doesn't really feel like the new album is like a new album that I have to be there. It's just, I just have like 11 or 12 new Bon Iver songs, right? It doesn't feel like the album of the year 2025. It's just like 12 new Bon Iver songs, right? And hang on. According to my dad, one time I asked Springsteen how he deals with his emotions. He says it's easier to cry in the back of a limousine. Sure. You know what I really liked, actually? And this came out while I was at SGDQ. Dude, the Bieber album is so fucking sick. It's so good. Swag. I've been a Bieber fan for a long time. I've been the guy that's like, no man, he makes some good albums. Is it a pop album? Not really. He worked a lot with Dijon and McGee on it. And so it like is, but it isn't. So yeah. So I mean, Dijon's all over it. There's a Dijon feature on it. There's a McGee feature on it. McGee plays guitar on it. There's a Lil B feature on it. Lil B's on the new Bieber album. It's absolutely worth checking out. It's a really impressive, weird, like, turn for who could be argued the biggest pop star in the world, you know? I really love it. I really genuinely love it. I can't recommend it enough. I think it's great. I think, some songs are more substantial than others, I would say. It's kind of a mixed bag in terms of longevity, right? I think that a lot of the songs kind of feel like he's trying something out new and just kind of throwing a whole bunch of shit at the wall and seeing what sticks. But I think that's exciting. I think that's really exciting from an album perspective, especially one that was like surprise announced and released within like 10 hours. It just came out of nowhere. So I would recommend that a lot. I think it's really good. I really liked the new Skrillex album. Does he do his own Bieber? Hell no. No. No, man. He has the voice of a fucking angel. You want him to do it all? Dijon does most of the production. I genuinely throw on, like right now, while we're talking, put on like Daisies or Gratitude, and you'll know exactly what I'm talking about immediately. It just sounds like, not Gratitude, Devotion, sorry. Devotion. Yukon is the big one that people are loving. Walking Away is probably my favorite song. Yes, Fuck You Skrillex, you think you're Andy Warhol, but you're not, is pretty good. It is pretty good. Have you heard Many Times? Yes. You don't need to post a link in the Discord. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Tonic? Yeah, I love was that the April Fool's album? I guess? I don't know when it released, but it's the one that's like structured like one long song, and it released just like it was just a download for the... Right, yeah. The absolutely short film. That one? I'm there, man, I'm there. Yeah, I love that shit. What else we got? Any other music? I mean, what the fuck, dude? What the fuck? New Sampha album? It was good. That was like a couple years ago now. It was good. I have a problem with Sampha that's a weird problem. My weird problem with Sampha, and I love him. I really love him. Timmy's Prayer, is that the name of the song? Somebody's Prayer. Is an unbelievable song. No One Knows Me Like the Piano. Unbelievable song. I think that Sampha as a vocalist is astounding. Sampha really often, I think, is writing melodies that are underneath his skill level. He is not writing clever, like decadent melodies. They're simple and they're easy to sing, and he has this voice that has so much texture that it frankly kind of pisses me off that he's making these melodies that are so simple, I guess. And I felt that the most with his first album, not the EP. The EP I liked a lot. But the if ever you're listening, if heaven's a prison, then I am your prisoner. That song's fucking sick. I fucked up. Ooh, I know now. There's no one for me to say now. Nothing left to do. When cage opens, my heart balloons. Oh, couldn't find it all. When I was without your love, it could feel like a lifetime with you. Somewhere in the car, we had it all. That song's so fucking good, but then the rest of his songs are like so. The actual melody lines are like really easy. He doesn't have runs. He's not he's not having fun with his voice. And it's a purely preferential thing. Cause he's immensely talented. But that's kind of my Sampha thing. Love him. Think he's tremendously talented. The albums are And I had that same problem with FKA Twigs' last album, Magdalene. That was an album that I loved live. And then the album actually came out. I think Cellophane is one of the best written songs of the decade. Just a massive song. And then the album came out, and it's weird. I can't get through it. Because it's just so simple. I'm a big harmonics guy. I'm a big, I like Baroque instrumentation. I like horns and strings, and I like when an album is just dense with shit and dense with harmonies. So I can do a choose your own adventure and sing it 6 different ways each time I listen to the song. I like Fleet Foxes a lot. Helplessness Blues is one of my favorite albums. Bon Iver, similar sort of thing. You can put on a Bon Iver song and sing it 5 different ways each time you listen to it, which is something that I really like when I listen to music. Beach Boys, Pet Sounds, similar thing. All of that. Animal Collective. The new Bon Iver album is great. Really, really, really great. Again, Dijon's on that too. Speaking of Dijon, the Dijon takeover, man. Those Bon Iver albums, he's probably my artist that I've listened to the most in my life. It's my top 3 are Kanye, Sufjan, and Bon Iver. As far as songs listened to. Obviously, Kanye has changed a lot, but I can't. Those first 6 albums are will never not be my most listened to albums of all time. I know every single little beat in Late Registration. I know every little stupid thing that happens in that album. And that's another example. And Sufjan's another example of horns and strings and big bombastic arrangements, right? It's just what I gravitate toward. You've avoided a lot of Sufjan? He's my boy, man. Trying to find other albums you would listen to that I like, but there's no hit me. Hit me. You'd be surprised. I listen to a lot of music. I have albums I've listened to so much that I found my own harmonies for them that I sing every time. Yeah. The new Scarab? Okay. I remember you recommended Illinois. That was great. What an album Illinois is, huh? The former Year of the Knife vocalist. Okay, I know The Knife. I haven't listened to The Knife in probably 15 years. Remember The Knife? What a band. Not Year of the Knife. I know that it's a different thing. But The Knife? What a little pitchfork darling. Silent Shout? I'm saying, man. Chumbawamba's first record? That's a fun, weird pull. What's up, John? Yeah, I think Illinois is the obvious place to start with Sufjan. My favorite Sufjan project is All Delighted People EP, but it's a weird one. It's dense. It's a 70-minute long EP with a 13-minute version of a song and then an 8-minute version of the same song, just with different arrangements. That's just called the classic rock version for no fucking reason. But I think All Delighted People is one of my favorite songs of all time. Tub thumping, that's kind of like me right now. Because I get knocked down and I get up again. You ever think about that? A lot of people are saying that watching this stream is a lot like listening to tub thumping. sold out to fund anarchist initiatives. You guys ever considered that? You guys ever considered that I'm kind of like the Chumbawamba of Twitch? There's a lot of people on Mastodon talking about me being the Chumbawamba of Twitch. A lot of buzz over on Mastodon about me being the Chumbawamba of Twitch. Alright. Oh god. Star Wars. What a lane to find on this website. I know. Many people on Mastodon are saying I'm the Chumbawamba of Twitch. I've been listening to a lot of Sonic Youth. I've been listening to Rather Ripped a lot lately. That's been like my Sonic Youth album of this summer. Last summer it was Murray Street. Murray Street has very quickly become one of my favorite albums ever made. I think Karen Revisited is one of the best songs of all time. What else? I like talking about music. Fuck you. Without the boots, you can't do that. Hang on. What else have I listened to this year? Help me, help me. What else have I listened to this year? What else is good? I don't like Jacob Collier at all, unfortunately. I don't like that dude. I can't get behind him. Cornball, unfortunately. That's somebody, he's on the other end of the spectrum of Sampha, where it's like he's so lost in his own fucking sauce that the music has no emotion. It's just all technique. And it's just so boring to listen to. It's so lush that it's boring. Yeah, he loves showing it. It does not connect with me at all. I could not see that dude, like, at a coffee shop with an acoustic guitar. It feels like something that he, like, has the inability to do. But I respect him. I respect him. But it's too much. It's too much. It's like a frappuccino. It's such an eye roll. It's such an unbelievable eye roll to be like, oh, you said death metal. Time for me to talk about Death Heaven. I liked the new Death Heaven album, except, however, there is one song on the new Death Heaven album that is so, embarrassingly the exact same song as a song on A Moon-Shaped Pool, and I can't think of what it is. The Radiohead album, Moon-Shaped Pool. Sleep Token? See, I can't do Sleep Token either. Sleep Token hits me in a very similar way to something like Jacob Collier. It's too much. That being said, right, I think that he's immensely talented, Polycubic, and, you know, I like Bon Iver. Bon Iver has Jacob Collier vocals or background vocals on a song on the new album, and like you can hear like the harmonic texture that he brings, but his own music is just, it's too much. It's too much. It's certainly not like a Jacob Collier song. Jacob Collier. Collier. What's up, Puma? Talent doesn't correlate to art. Yeah, and I don't think that he's a lost cause. There was like, have you listened to those two guys that like used to do rap? Quadeca and somebody else. They used to be like white rappers, and now they're like pivoting into Breakents. Breakents is the other one. They're kind of like two peas in a pod in my brain musically, and I look at their music and I'm like, you guys don't have it yet. I'm sorry, you don't have it yet. It feels like color by numbers a little bit, but I know that you can have it. Does that make sense? They certainly don't have it yet, but they can have it. And I think that Jacob Collier can have it. Because he's like, what? I mean, who knows how old he is now? Like 26? 25? He's talented. I think he needs to try heroin. He's 31? Oh no, he's cooked. Sorry. He's got to try heroin. It's sorry, dude. Yep, you got one shot left, and it's black tar, baby. Get in there. All right. Getting classically trained, I got really good technically painting and drawing. At some point, I had to go and say, is any of this art or are these exercises? I came to the conclusion that it was exercises. Right. Exactly. Exactly. He needs to have the breakthrough moment, and I do believe it can happen, right? It's just gonna take a needle. I'm sorry, it's an insensitive joke. I've been listening to that show Time Crisis a lot. I've been talking about, and they talk about Grateful Dead a lot. And so I have like heroin in my brain because of Jerry Garcia. Grateful Dead is a band that I've never like connected with. You read that book? Which book? You guys know the song Hero Heroin by Boys Like Girls? It's too late, baby, there's no turning around. It's in my head, in the clouds. This is how I do when I think about you. You know what I'm talking about? And you caught me off guard. Now I'm running and screaming. I feel like a hero. I do think you need to express sadness, and it needs to show on your face. Yeah! The Heroin Diaries, a year in the life of a shattered rock star. Gotcha. He thought there were monsters outside his house. Dude, imagine a Jacob Collier song written from the perspective of being scared in your closet because there are monsters outside your house. That would go crazy. Like 14-layer harmony screams. Yeah, just like unbelievable chord shifts. Okay. Right. Yeah. I don't want to dunk on this guy too hard because super, and I know you're not dunking on him, but I think we should move on because it was a sincere wreck, and I do appreciate it because I completely understand where it's coming from, because it's one of those things that you would think works, right? But it just hits me wrong. Every time I tune my ukulele, it sounds a smidge higher to me than I think it should be. I think he's just developing. Stand down. He's early in his career. My brain is just like 31. Sure. Again, he's like those white rapper turned atmospheric pop boys. He put out In My Room in 2016. But listen, background vocals on that song From, crushed it, man. Crushed it. He had those background vocals on lock, let me tell you. What else do I like? Is there any other music that I like? Yeah, dude, that dude's going, ooh. And it's like, whoa. He did that like 16 different ways. What the hell? End it? No. I can't do paragraphs while I'm playing this game. I can't do it. We need like punchy 5 words. Because I just gotta stay in this talking about music, having some fun flow state, and eventually everything's gonna click into place. And it's just gonna happen. Is the fun part. The fun part is it's just gonna happen, and that's an exciting thing. We're almost ready to go, and wait. And go. No, dude, what even hit me there? But we got it. What were your formative albums? Sorry, my adrenaline's running now. Ocean Eyes by Owl City. That tracks. I like Ocean Eyes. Vanilla Twilight, dude. What about Polycubic, are you a hello goodbye? I feel like Here in Your Arms or like Saw It on My Keyboard. I feel like those are polycubic songs. Punchy 5 words. Oh, throw on that Hello Goodbye album. Da 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 da. Ba, 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 ba. I don't know. Mine are nowhere near as like, I was a pretty straightforward, like, radio to emo to Pitchfork pipeline sort of guy. And by emo, I mean, like, My Chemical Romance. Not At the Drive-In. Not that emo world. Not like Scrams. Not Hawthorne Heights. I mean, Hawthorne Heights is probably a little bit further in the direction of My Chemical Romance than where I was. I love Say Anything's Is a Real Boy. That's a real ripper of an album. The Head. Don't call him The Head. What's your favorite album by The Head? The Talking Heads? No, Radio. Come on. Get with it, bro. Hail to the Thief is a crazy album to be your album by The Heads. The Head lost my respect because of their regrettable politics. Yeah, man. It's crazy how long life is. Listen, man, I'm a dyed-in-the-wool Kanye fan. We don't need to go down that road. It can still be one of your favorite albums. You know, it's reflective not of the modern moment, but of the moment of its release. Headache, I've listened to the other, and I don't know if is it vegan, like vegetarian, like vegan, or is it veggin, like veggin out? That I don't know, but I've listened to that album. That was in like my deep, like post-Blonde release. Vegan, okay. That was like post-Blonde when I was just fervorous for Frank Ocean stuff. That was kind of when vegan crossed my desk and I was in. Which Hello Goodbye album? I don't know. It's the one with I don't know the name of it. I just know Here in Your Arms. I feel like Here in Your Arms is a polycubic song. It's a good song. Don't get me wrong. It's a really good song. I mean that, like, with full sincerity. I think you'd really like it. I really like it. Title Fight? I like Title Fight. I haven't listened to Title Fight in a very long time. And even when I did listen to Title Fight, I don't think I ever, like, internalized the name of the album that I was listening to. It was whatever one was scoring well critically at the time. I can see the cover of it in my mind's eye. I'll report back after I check it out. It's just a fun little song. It's not like, I'm not asking you to rewrite your world, but it's just a sweet, it's like right there with Owl City in my brain. I want the whole album. I can't vouch for the whole album. I can vouch for Here in Your Arms, Saw It on Your Keyboard, and maybe one other. And I can't think of the name right now of the one other. Headache. It's like a Chris Morris jam, radio bits with 90s style trip hop instrumentals. Yeah, and that was the other one. The one that I listened to is like 90 songs. And it feels like flipping through the radio. And I forget the name of it. It's got a black album cover. It's got like kind of like disparate pictures on it. You know? Hail to the Thief is a hot take. I think it's a perfect album. I mean, dude, I'm with you. Hail to the Thief is the Radiohead album that I have listened to the least. Like, probably pretty by a significant margin. Hail to the Thief is the Radiohead album I've listened to the least. The Road to Hell is Paved with Good Intentions. That's the one I've listened to. That's the Vegan album, right? It's got a black background. It's like 90 songs. Okay. Just in the wrong direction. Let's see. I'm gonna see what else I've been listening to. Again, just more Sonic Youth. You're listening to 1,000 Leaves. I started listening to Black Sabbath's debut when Ozzy passed, and I really like that album. I like The Wizard a lot. I haven't listened to enough of the Clips album yet. It's kind of sad. It's like, you know, being a white kid wins out because Bieber's album surprise released on the same day, and I was like, I'm gonna give it to Bieber this time around. Sorry, no malice. Silver Mount Zion. I'm probably getting them mixed up. That's not Berman, is it? Is that David Berman? If so, then no. Is that his name? Like Silver Jews? Is that David Berman? Or am I in my own little world right now? That is his, and he's Silver Jews. Okay, good. All right. And he's another band too, right? Silver Jews and something else. And he put out an album under that band right before he passed, or right after he passed. Kind of like a Microphones Mount Erie situation where he has another band that's like pretty similar, but it's in Purple Mountains. There we go. There you go. There's the mountain. That's why Silver Mount Zion, silver, purple, and then mountains. That's how my brain connected it all. So to answer your question, no. I have not. But yeah, I've never gotten into like... One of the guys on this radio show that I listen to all the time is like a big like Guided Boy Voices guy, big like Dinosaur Jr., Built to Spill, Pavement, just kind of like in that lane. No connection to any of those bands. I'll get there eventually at some point in my life. You know the easiest way to get me to listen to a band? Pick a game, win a marble roll, and pick a game where the development team had cited influence on a band. Because that's how I started listening to Sonic Youth. As silly as it sounds, it just helps me like to keep it all in the zone of like what I'm working on. Like I listened to Daydream Nation because Silent Hill 1 had, you know, Thurston and Kim Gordon in like on the school in the elementary school. It said Mr. Moore, Ms. Gordon in the classrooms, which I thought was really cute. But it was just like, yeah, we're big Sonic Youth fans. And then like Portishead, right? Is another one. I listen to a lot of Portishead. Okay. No. Broadcast? Not at all. Not at all. Both of my parents, like, hard checked out of music in, like, the early 80s. Both of my parents hit 20-something years old and were like, you know what? I'm pretty good on this music thing for the rest of my life. My dad's, like, he's got Jim Croce, he's got Harry Chapin, he's got, you know, Paul Simon and James Taylor, and he is good. He's done. That's just his zone. Like, storytellers with an acoustic guitar. My mom is a little weirder to pin down. My mom is just like classic rock radio. But I never grew up listening to music, really. They just... Now they just listen to podcasts. Yeah. My dad listens to my and my mom, but I don't talk to my mom nearly as much. My dad just listens to, like, YouTube debates. My dad's, like, debate pilled. Like, no, it's cool. These people, like, call in, and then they talk about, like, what they think of the world, and this person basically tells them that they're wrong. I'm just like, whatever works for you, man. Blissing out to Sam Cedar yelling at Tim Pool. Literally. He's not like... Basically, he's on the right side of things, my dad. My mom, different story. My dad is, like, as I've said, like, he's like locked in via Daily Show. That was his lane. Right? He's like a Daily Show liberal guy. And so he watches these debates and watches this stuff basically to have avenues of conversation to, like, talk to family members and old friends, and, like, he really is using this stuff as, you know what I mean? Like in his brain, it's like, if I get put in a position where somebody says something that I think is offensive, I want to have the language to explain why I think that is a regressive way to think about the world, and he feels that he doesn't have that. But he does. Anyway. But yes, podcasts and Pod Save America or whatever. My dad's the guy that's trying to put you onto something to an annoying degree. What's the Sandy Dad latest? What's he in on? Hang on. No. God damn it. Jameson? Dude, that's like... You want to talk about stuff that I listened to like a decade ago and then I was out? I forgot about that guy. Until you just said it. That guy thought he was so sexy. I liked that album. The one where he's sitting in the chair. But that guy thought he was so sexy. You know what I'm saying? Okay, hang on. Come over to this side. Come a little bit further to the... Please. I'm like desperate. Yes, thank you. Thank you. And we go. No. Oh. I feel like the world did until he went viral again for some reason. We're in a Jameson-assance. Jameson fans, we're up. Sandy's dad said we're back. We ride. I think we need to do something about Benson Boone. I think he needs to go. No, he's fine. I'm not in on Benson Boone, but he's fine. Just let that dude do his flips. Let him do his flips, man. Come on. Come on, he's not hurting anybody. A little cornball, a little Mormon. Just doing his flips. Make him get an office job? Dude, imagine him doing a flip in an office, like, hallway with a bunch of cubicles around him. It just wouldn't hit the same. That dude needs a grand piano to do a flip off of. Imagine having a dedicated water cooler flip guy. Everybody in the office would love it. That would be so sick, actually. You see Benson's practicing a side flip over by the water cooler? He gets his work in. You know he gets his work mostly in on time. You know he kind of stays in his zone. He doesn't take on projects that are too big for him, so he's not really like a super go-getter, but he's pretty reliable, which is like all you can really ask for. Total people pleaser. Yeah. The personality higher because you can do flips is very funny. Oh, the entertainment higher. Yeah, they gave him a little stage in the break room. No, I'm like regrettably not that out on the Moonbeam ice cream shit. It's a stupid song, but it's like, whatever. Who cares? You know? Make your crumble cookie. It's crazy that it wasn't ice cream. It's crazy that it was a crumble cookie. Right? That doesn't make sense. I can't get over the Superman Blizzard. Did you get one? You wouldn't be able to get over it if you got one, man. That shit's been rattling around in my brain since the moment it touched my taste buds. No, I'm just kidding. It was fine. Sadly not, but that guy lives in my head rent-free. But here's the thing. Here's the thing. Can we just really break it down here? It was always gonna be blue. It's Superman. It seems more like a him problem than a Superman Blizzard problem. Okay? That's my problem with the guy who said, what the fuck, it's blue. It's like, yeah, what the fuck else did you think it was gonna be, man? It's Superman, dumbass. That's what gets me mad about that story. It's like, what are you talking about? Yeah, there's a giant picture on the wall. And it's Superman ice cream historically. Like when you used to get like a gallon stupid tub of ice cream that was just in a clear plastic container, the whole conceit of that ice cream is that it's blue. It's like the kids freak out because it's blue ice cream. That's the whole point. I saw that Dairy Queen Mexico has a kryptonite blizzard too. Were people mad it isn't red? The thing is, I agree it should be red, but you could not pay me to care. Oh yeah? How does $5 sound? Care, paragraph boy. I need a paragraph stat. And $5 has your name on it. Fuck. The most important thing about Superman's outfit is the cape. How are we feeling about that, everybody? Can I get a poll from the audience? How are we feeling about that take? I would say it's... I also would say it's the S. I also am leaning toward the S. You don't get this the shirt of the cape. The S is on the cape? Is it? Is it? It's on both? Is it really? I know it's the S on your chest, right? That's iconic. Is it on the cape? Absolute Superman makes both super important. The fact that it's on the cape and the chest. Is it like there's a counterfeit Superman? And it's like, no, you can tell that that's the rep Superman because the real Superman also has the S on the cape. That's a dupe. Gotta have the brand showing on the front and back. You can check the tags. It's a surefire. No, man. Listen. You're on the Caprolog stream. You never have to be apologetic about asking people to shut the fuck up because you don't want things spoiled. Like Spider-Man where the eyes is the most important part. So true. Look at the poster for the new suit. I won't be doing that. And you know what else I won't be doing? Giving you $5. Get pranked. We never shook on it. And look at how much you care now. This is even more... Yeah, whatever. I'm owned. But the shirt is blue. If you go to Target right now and you're like, I need a Superman logo shirt. That shit's blue. Oh. The cow skull, man. Why do they do this to me? can't with the boot without the boots. If I could shoot behind me. Damn. It's so funny to me that I'm back on superhero shit after so much of it has passed. Dude, phase 6 or whatever is right around the corner. Yeah, man. Okay, you're going to a costume party. You need a last-minute costume. You have $5. What do you wear to be Superman? A blue t-shirt or a red cape? All right, so this is interesting because unfortunately the answer is both. But the red cape without the blue t-shirt, I think, is less Superman than the blue t-shirt without the red cape. I think. Because if you just have a red cape, you're Max from Where the Wild Things Are. It's like, okay, welcome back to 2009, Spike Jonze. We're back. Like, there's so much more red cape stuff. There's like a king. Max's cape is yellow. Same thing, dude. You know I'm red-yellow colorblind. All right. Are you actually? Because that's not a thing. No. No. I was just making a joke. No. No. I'm not. I see all colors. Look, red. I've been using this cloth to, like, prop up my elbow. Pulling a Logan Paul moment and buying glasses for stream, yeah. Fake. Surprise? No, they actually aren't. Red-green color weak is the most common. Total color blindness is rare. The closest color blind you get is they can at least see yellow. And that's why the Superman Blizzard should have been yellow. Thank you, everybody. We got there. we got there. It took us a while. We got there. I wish color blindness was cooler. Like, let me see a new color. Ignore my next message. I'll do you one better. Oh, fuck. Chat warning. Be kind. Get warned. Remember when warnings were gonna change the world? I meant to delete the message, but I clicked the warning instead, so enjoy the warning. I remember I got warned while using a third-party chat client on my phone and I couldn't chat anymore and I had to get on my computer to accept the warning. What, you mean like this? No, I'm not doing it again. How do you know, like, if people say that's red, but you see Gerple? Wait, have you established that Gerple? Oh, no. That was the first time. That was the debut of the word Gerple. I thought that you were like, let me see a new color, let me see Gerple. But no, you just dropped that mid-sentence and you were like, you'll figure out the context. That was awesome. God, I wish I could see Gerple. Oh. Imagine a world with Gerple, man. I don't want to be on this fucking earth anymore. Sometimes I present people with two colors that look extremely distinct to me, and then they say that looks the same. Yeah, and it makes sense because you're like working primarily in graphic design stuff. You were the one that sent me over that, like, you know, like the flux overlay that adds like more warm light to your screen in the evening so that you don't have as much blue light. That overlay that puts color blindness overlay right on your desktop. So it basically goes like, this is how what you're looking at looks if you have whatever red-green color blindness, and so you can use that. Yo, what's up, Sanji? Sanji and Sandi? What's good? All right, focus up. Here we go. Lock in.
Video game.
Whoa. Why did they play two of those? I hated that. That was terrible. Hang on.
Video game.
Ah! Why is that happening? No, you're good. No whoops necessary. I just don't know why it happened. I have no idea why that happened. I have no clue. Hang on. Video game. I don't know. I don't know why that happened. Do the other ones do that? I'm sure they do. Like this? This is gonna be hell on earth.
What the hell have you gotten me into here?
That's like absurdly loud for no reason.
Video game.
It's still doubled. I don't know. We're not gonna be able to fix it today. All right, ready? For the new people in chat, I'm going to play the beginning of this video one more time as we walk through this game. This is a guy who goes by the name The Console Killer, and he has like 2.74 thousand subscribers. He has 12,000 videos on his channel. A channel dedicated to game playthroughs and possibly some reviews. This channel mostly documents the games I normally beat as I build my kill list, games beaten list. Aside from the playthroughs, this channel features many tutorials. Playing very difficult games is something I really enjoy, so I will post videos of any skillful attempts that I can get on video. Okay? We're going to listen to this guy talk about the game that we're playing right now for a moment. Here we go. This is the Console Killer.
Welcome to my tutorial for Gun.Smoke for the arcade. And yeah, for this one I actually made some notes so I can try to remember to cover everything. But yeah, this game took 20 plus hours to complete, and it's only a 30-minute game. It's possibly the hardest 2D game I've ever completed. Extremely unpredictable, even when you know most of the spawns, because they can change for no clear reason. And to put it in perspective, take an extreme game like God Hand on hard mode for the PlayStation 2, which I have a tutorial up on that mode, and it's a 4.5 hour long game without deaths. It took around 35 hours for me to beat. And if Gun.Smoke was at length, it would take something like 280 hours to complete. So the the successful footage that I show in the tutorial really doesn't do the difficulty of this game justice. It's really an extreme fucking game, and this is a tutorial, but it's just commentary over my playthrough that I did, and I'm just trying to break everything down. So it's not going to be something that that can guide somebody through the game step by step. It's pretty much, it would be impossible for me to actually try to do that with with voice. I mean, I don't even know the game that well because the game changes so much, and you really have to be able to react. So there's certain crowd control and certain techniques that are going to get you through the game. And even for like expert players who have a lot of experience with games, you're going to have a hell of a fucking time trying to beat this game. I mean, pretty much the developers fucking hate you and they want your money. So this is going to be the kind of game that, even at a very high level of play, like for example, I've beaten around 1,500 console and console style games. And I don't say that to boast. I just say that to say that this game, there's parts like there's a 60-second part that took me about 9+ hours to complete. So, you got to try to understand how fucking difficult this game really is, to get an idea. So if you are a...
All right. That's my way of saying this is the hardest game I've ever played. And we're lucky that I have continues here, but it really doesn't do much. It's still really fucking brutal, man. Okay, hang on. So, let me run this down for the people that are coming in that are new, that maybe haven't been here for the full playthrough. There are 3 different upgrades. There are boots, which increase your movement speed. There's a rifle that increases your bullet range. And there are bullets, which increase your bullet speed. So not your rate of fire, but your actual speed of bullet travel. And so in this section of the game, we have to get the 3 upgrades that are in 3 of these 4 barrels. Now, 1, 2, and then the 4th one, well, we didn't get all 3, but hang on. There are 4 barrels there. 3 of the barrels have the upgrades that we need to go to the last little leg of this game. When you die, it resets. So you have to grab them because you want to be able to move fast. You want to be able to shoot fast. You want to be able, most importantly, to shoot far. That's key. Because the way that guy moves, that 4th barrel that had that laughing skull, that takes away your upgrades. So you have to shoot the 3 barrels to get your 1, 2, 3 upgrades, but not shoot the 4th barrel. And if you do shoot it, definitely don't pick it up, because if you do, you lose all the upgrades that you just fought for. 1 bullet kills you, takes you out immediately. We're at a checkpoint here on the final stage. There are 10 stages in this game. This is stage 10. I'm playing on a Mister. I'm playing with this arcade stick. I'm playing the original Japanese ROM. So you want to grab that. Okay. Now this is good. Okay. Now back me up. Oh, shit. And so this is basically how it's going. And how it's been going for probably 5 hours now, if I had to guess. The amount of time I've been on this specific little checkpoint. Because it really adds up. I'm credit feeding, so making sure I don't run out of credits. The bullet travel is really funky. You can shoot in 3 directions, but you can't shoot behind you. The gray shirt enemies that you see here not only don't move in any set pattern, they just kind of move around. They just kind of run around. And so if they get behind you, they can shoot you, but you can't shoot them. So you have to stay on top of, like, the enemy placement, because they can get to a point where they can circle strafe behind you and then shoot you from the back, and you can't do anything about it. So I'm just trying to give a rundown of all the ways that this is taking the time that it's taking. Obviously, it's just a clusterfuck. It's fun. I'm having a blast. But I would never recommend doing this. Bet I could take 2 bullets in real life to go down. You're like the horse. At this point, you know, it's just gonna happen. And it's not gonna be ceremonious. It's just gonna... One of these runs, the enemies are gonna show up in such a way where, just like that, it's all said and done. Okay. Now, this is a good... Okay. Now, the thing that sucks right now is that gray shirt is behind me. Hang on. Just stay afloat. Stay afloat here. We're safe in this corner. We're gonna die. Fucking hell, man. That gray shirt coming around the side there, there's nothing I could do about it unless I left that spot. And this is just what it's been like for this entire playthrough. It never gets easier. It never gets more reasonable because there's no consistency in enemy movements. You know, you think of like a classic spaceship shmup, and you know, like, once you memorize the routing, you're pretty much good. That only gets you so far here because the way that the enemy AI moves around the screen is there's no consistency. So at this point, like right here, enemies are spawning in, right? Move closer. Okay, ready? One more guy and we're gonna go. This is the guy that kills you. Good. That guy we can take out. Hang on. He has to come a little bit further to the left-hand side, and then we'll be good to go. This is the guy that kills you. Oh my god. Because he shows up behind, you can't do anything about it. And if I, like, walk forward, he won't walk off screen. He'll just follow me forward, and then I'm pinned on the actual bridge. So there's really no... It's just brutal. And 2, 3. Okay. I'm gonna go in just a second here. Gonna go now. That was a bad move. I'm dead. Fuck. Again, if the guys spawn on the right-hand side when you run up like that, you're done. Because you can't shoot backwards. So they basically have you in a chokehold. I'm gonna shoot these guys first. It seems like that might actually work better. Shooting the right-hand side and then circling over to the left afterward, it seems like that might be more chill. As opposed to less. Fuck. But yeah, obviously I don't have save states. I don't have anything like that. I'm playing just the Mr. version with an arcade stick. Luckily I can credit feed, but like I can't just go to the boss and practice the boss. I've been saying I'm like the world's richest guy in 1985 because I just have an unlimited number of quarters. Okay. And go. Okay. Now when he goes a little bit closer to the left-hand side of the screen, or the right-hand side of the screen, rather. Come on. Okay, ready? Go, 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 go. Oh my god. Okay, can't do that. But let's think about the little progress. I am getting consistent damage on him now. Every single time we get up there, I'm getting like one quarter of his health down, which is huge. We got to a point where he had one thing of health left, which is like yesterday, absolutely unthinkable that we would get to that point. I mean that genuinely. I never... That barrel was gone. Our whiskey drinking friend can cancel his route because this machine has his retirement in it. Literally. Let me pull him up. No, he's bad vibes. He's like a casino manager. You missed the end of last night's stream? You want a spoiler? I was doing this. Nothing happened. It was exactly what you're seeing right now. The good news is I have a little bit more, and I'm not saying a lot more, but I have a little bit more consistency in getting some damage in on this guy. So like 1, 2, 3. But with the guy spawning right there behind you, there's nothing you can do. I've gotten him down to 1 tick of health, 1 pip, whatever, however you want to call it, whatever word you use. But again, there's only so much you can do. It's so hard. Okay. We're gonna try this right-hand side strat. and then see if I can't... Okay. That actually works better. 1, 2, 3. If I stay up further, I think I'm safe from that first hit. I just have to stay further up, wait for him to shoot, and then double back. Oh, fuck. I mean, literally, I have spent the equivalent of hundreds of dollars in this machine now, for sure. It is possible. There are videos of people that have done it. It is possible. You know, we've been talking about it. It's kind of like, I feel like in order to 1cc it, you need to have like intimate understanding of how enemy pathing works. And you need to be able to manipulate pathing so that like this guy always moves where you want him to. And so you're never really in a state of real surprise, you know? I think that that's kind of the... Guy got behind me. The guy got behind me. Really, not too much you can do about that. Besides not letting him get behind you in the first place. And now this guy's behind me. God damn. Okay. Yeah, it was really bad luck on the random guys that time around. Okay, ready? I didn't have the boots. I needed the boots in order to make that happen. Okay. He can't be that close. Yeah. Okay, ready? Oh, man. Oh. But you can see, that's the thing. Like, the consistency is palpable. Like, it's there. I can feel it. I can see it. It's really, at this point, it's just a matter of good enemy management and keeping my head above water. 1, 2, 3. I believe. I believe. Uh-oh. I mean, without the boots, it's an uphill battle. It's technically not impossible, but yeah, you just can't do it. All right. My money's on. Congratulations, partner. But can peace really last? I have no skin in this game. Unfortunately, I saw it. And so I don't want to... I won't be spoiling it, but I did see it. So I can't theorize with you. I love the theories. But I can't partake. Okay. No. Oh, God. Okay. I feel it, man. I feel it. I feel it, and I hope you feel it too. I probably need to get up and stretch and maybe get some sort of a snack in a minute here. Ah, shit. Yeah, without the long bullets, that was... Because really, like, we have the path. It's just, at this point, it's like sort of locking in on enemy routing and sort of just good dodges, you know? I don't have long bullets. It's doable. It's doable, but it's, yeah. Yo, what's up, Banjo? Banjo? I was saying last night, right before I raided you, we've both been slamming our heads on the proverbial walls, but in two very different respects. It's like, the Baba is you is looking at the same level over and over again and just going like, how the hell do I get through this? And that's really what I'm doing here. I'm just slamming my... I've been at this checkpoint right here, like this one choke point, this continue, for probably 5-6 hours. This is the final boss of the game. As I said in the raid last night, I paused my... I'm playing on the Mister, which is like a arcade board emulator, hardware emulator. I've been paused on it overnight because if it turns off, I lose this progress, and I am not going all the way to the last level of the game again. It's just, it's frankly not happening. And so, if the power goes out, if we run out of whatever, if the Mister has a power hiccup and resets, I'm not doing it again unless I can like level select to level 10. Which I think I did read is possible. Okay. We don't have the boots. which makes this really difficult. But, and he's in my little hidey hole, man. That's my spot. It did survive the night. Yeah. This is the same run as last night. So if you've been lurking, you've probably heard me reiterate this a million times, but there are like a few very choice reasons why this is as difficult as it is. I think the first one, the most immediately apparent one, is just the bullet size is tiny. You can kind of just like get hit by something and not realize that you got hit until you're already dead. All the bullets have weird shadows, and so the actual position of the bullet up against like what you're seeing can like be an optical illusion. You can fire in 3 directions: left, center, right. So you can do cool things, like you can fan bullets like this, which is really fun. However, you can't shoot behind you. These gray shirt guys with the black beards can move behind you, and if they move behind you, they can shoot forward. So you can get yourself in positions where you are just trying to avoid the bullets of this guy who is behind you, and you can't do anything about it besides just hold on for dear life. Okay. Like this guy right here, who's behind me right now, that black beard, we gotta hope he runs off screen. And it doesn't look like he's going to. Nope, he is going to run back on screen. Okay. Okay, ready? And so like this, I'm stuck on that bridge. There were 2 guys behind me. I couldn't actually move back and do anything about it because I can't shoot behind me. I can't like drop a grenade behind me or anything like that. So you're just kind of sunk. You have to get close enough to hit that guy in the red. So you have to get relatively close because he's got that 5-shot burst spread. All things considered, it's just a lot, man. It's just a lot. I've been doing this for a long time. I feel like I, to a certain degree, have a lot of the tricks understood. I've been, relying on help of some YouTube videos to kind of give me a little bit of a push. But, like, again, that guy was behind me. I couldn't shoot him. The only thing I could have done is avoid that shot by moving out of my corner. But, like, this dude on the other side of the river, you just kind of let him shoot at you, and you hope that it doesn't connect. Okay. Okay. Come on. Okay. But there's so many guys behind me, and there's nothing you can do. You just have to hope that the right side doesn't spawn enemies, because the enemy spawns are entirely random. Like run over run. There's no consistency. It's not like 2 guys spawn from the right, 1 guy spawns from the left, and you can kind of plan accordingly. This portion is more or less the same each time, but you do have to like deal with sprite limits. So there are some instances where enemies won't spawn because there are too many enemies alive on the screen. Okay. But like, you never know if the enemies are going to show up here on the right-hand side or the left-hand side or whatever. No phase 2. He's got the 4 health. And it's taken us a long time to even get a chip on him. So this consistency is a long time coming. I mean, I swear to you when I say that this independent individual section has probably been about 4 or 5 hours, maybe even a little longer. I don't know. I haven't crunched the numbers. I haven't looked at the old VOD yet. So this, like, relative, it's a big asterisk on that, on the word mastery. Like, understanding just where these enemies come from and how they show up and where you move to is like a really long time coming, trying to get all of these ducks in a row, because it is not friendly. Okay. We have gotten him down to 1 health. When he's ducked like that, you can't hurt him. And we're safe in this little corner. These are the guys that you don't want spawning. Once the gray shirts start spawning, it's like just fucking send your run in for early retirement. Because you're not, it's not happening. What's up, Alpha? Welcome, welcome, welcome. The Mister did last overnight, so we are playing from the same spot as last night. It successfully paused through the full night. There's nothing I could do about that. Feed myself some credits. Line the arcade operator's pockets a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, this last checkpoint, dude, is insane. I am gonna need to stop for food. I think I can feel it. I can feel it. We're gonna do one more run and then we're gonna stop. I'm gonna stop and get some food. I'm just gonna run to the kitchen really fast and grab something quick. And some water. Oh. No. Without long bullets, this is... it's... Oh. Okay. Okay. Ready? The Baba is you of arcade. That's what people are saying, man. That's what I've been reading that online. Cultural reevaluation. You know, when you think about it, Gun.Smoke really is the Baba is you of arcade westerns. Alright, let me stop for some food. Take a quick break. I'm just gonna make a quick wrap. And, when we come back, we'll do a little bit more. And by a little bit more, I mean hopefully beat it. Get some food in my system. Get up, stretch. I suggest you do the same. I'll see you in just a second.